Hello everyone, Krydex here. Welcome back to our Pure Angels playthrough with all sorts of extra quality of life mods enabled. We have been working towards science apart from the beginning gray science. There's 6 different colors here, and we were starting to work on some orange science because that's what's needed for long inserters, which are a pretty integral part of progressing. So I'm going to keep feeding these guys with more orange data cores, also known as logistic data cores, and hopefully we can get this long inserter research done. And to make more orange data cores, I need primarily logistic blocks, but eventually I'll run out of some other things here. And logistic blocks, to get more of those, I need more electronics blocks. So E-block 1s, as I've been calling them. And to kind of keep everything rolling, we need some more iron plates, so let me grab some of those. I don't know if I need more gray cores yet. I should just re-up on everything here. There's some iron plates. And we really need lots and lots of these analyzers, because they're required in everything. And thankfully, we only need to make the red analyzers for most of these techs. A few of them require green, but most of them will require red, so I can focus on red at least. Okay, so that'll be about 100's worth, and then we have some more data analyzers here. Oh, that needs rods to keep filling up. So let me grab some more rods, and then feed the data cores in. Okay, that'll help a little bit. And then feed the red analyzers into my logistic labs. Okay, and we continue to need more orange blocks to make orange cores to make science. Ta-da! Wow, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. So I think we need to kind of be a bit more organized here and write down some tasks. So for the tasks, I need to focus on a couple things. One of which is probably more E-blocks. So E-block build. E-blocks are kind of the most important piece right now. I need the other ones, but I need way more E-blocks than anything else. And I might make a better circuit build. I think those are pretty high priorities. The question is, should I capitalize things or not? Oops. No, uncheck that. The other question, I'm going to go with I will capitalize. Should I make the circuit build separate from the E-block build? I guess we should start by making some sort of E-block build. Block. And see where we go from there. Eventually we're going to have electronics blocks 5s. Cool, 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 cool. That's going to be expensive, is it not? But at least for now, let's kind of imagine what would it look like to make one of these per second and to make one of these per second. Okay. Pretty doable, I think. We'll see what these costs end up being, but I believe this is doable. So red circuits, kind of annoying with the resistors, but here we are. Cabling harnesses. That's all coppery stuff. Gray circuits, also coppery and papery stuff. Gosh, this is crazy. 9 paper per second just for this? And look at the amount of copper I need. Maybe this isn't doable. That's the wrong one. Yeah, that is... Oh, shoot, I forgot about resistors, too. Wow. 16... Hey, Alec, how's it going? 16.5 copper plates. Do. Iron rod stack. I wonder when we get that. Does that make iron rods more efficient, or is that just easier transport? Iron rod stack, oh geez, is 60 molten iron. And that turns into 4 iron rods, which normally would be 8 iron plates, which normally would be 80 molten iron. So it does make rods slightly more efficient. That's what that is right there. But we're not going to get that till green science. So we are a long way from that. Holy crap. Hey, Dukes, how's it going? Good to see ya. Welcome on in. So, paper. I don't want paper in my inventory. Yeah, I mean, the question here is, should I make circuits separately or as part of my electronics blocks builds? And I'm honestly I'm flip-flopping back and forth. That's kind of hard to say. So I think we're gonna build circuits separately, and I can just make it bigger. And half of it can go towards blocks, half of it cannot. I'm going to do 5 of each to start with per second, just because I think that's needed. And we're going to need an insanely large paper build. I need to check if paper... We do have other ways to make it later. I don't know if they're better or not. Like, is that even better? I don't actually know. That looks more like a way to turn sodium hydroxide into sodium hypochlorite. Does that even help? Like, I don't even know if I would use this recipe if I could. Sodium carbonate. I mean, you get slightly more paper, but you're dealing with all this extra stuff. Is that even worth it? I have no idea. Yeah. Ooh, doggies. Okay. Well, let's add our stuff. Resistors. Solder. Did I order that wrong? Yeah. There we go. Solder. What am I still... Oh, these things. Yep. Okay. Boards. Boards. From Pepel. Oh, it goes down one. Okay. So boards from paper, 15 paper a second. Holy cow. Alternate recipe from hard drives. I wish, Dukes. I wish. I really wish. Okay, well, I mean, let's start working towards it. 5 megawatts? That's so much. Oh my gosh. That's so much. Ugh, that's so expensive. Wow. Is that even worth it? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Go big or go home, right? Okay, so paper is going to be its own little block here. Which is pretty simple, at least. And then I do that. Except we actually want to just... yeah, shift-click. I'm not trying to meet the brown algae requirements. I just want to meet the green algae requirements, and then the brown algae requirements comes from the second one. So maybe I don't do 5 per second of each. This is maybe too big. 46 algae farms. Oh my gosh, this is... I feel like this is a bad joke. This is a bad joke, is it not? Maybe I go for 2 of each, and even that's going to feel pretty huge. That's still a total of 74 buildings and 6 megawatts. But slightly more believable that I can actually complete this. Okay, so summary, we'll leave that up. And we'll need to craft all of this. Thankfully, I think I can handle the assembling machines here. And the furnaces. And then 20 algae farms. I might not be able to handle that. Nope. I need more E block zeros. And what else do you need a lot of? C blocks and F blocks. I'm just going to abbreviate everything for profit. I don't need M blocks, though. Okay. There we go. There's 20. 19. Or did I? What do I? I need 5 more. Okay. Perfect. So that'll do it. It's not too bad. I will need some more power. How much was all of this? This was 6 megawatts. So I'm going to go craft 2 more sets of boilers. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should work. Some more pipes. And we can get some real circuits going. And just copy that. Get all of the boilers placed. And that should be an extra, what are these? 3, 4, around 8 megawatts, like 7.2 or something. So that'll get all the power I need. And there we go. I will need probably more. Oh, let's keep our research going while we can. Crap. Shortage on E block 1s. Okay. So the reason I'm short on E1s is I ran out of cable harnesses here, and the reason I ran out of cable harnesses is because they're all going towards making these stupid servo motors. So I really need to automate more cable harnesses too. And they require cellulose, which is really annoying. So what I might do, just so I can have some more cable harnesses, is automate. So that one needs the regular cable. This one is the cable shielding. Yep, and this one is the cable harnesses. And then we're gonna bring up some more, whatchamacallits, cellulose. And then that will build up a little bit. Did that wrong. There we go. Okay. So that way we can actually kind of keep our E-blocks running when we need to. I'm also using so many of these resistors. Looks like I need a second one there. So many of these resistors are going towards the electronic parts. So we're hurting pretty bad for things, though the red circuits are building up. But yeah, man, this is bonkers. So just thinking long term, can you tape line on the map view? You can't. That's sad. You know, so this, oh, you can't tape line into the fog either. So we're gonna have metallurgy down to where? Where do I end my metallurgy? So we've got ore sorting and refining up here. Some sort of gap. And then metallurgy. And then some sort of gap. I don't know how big metallurgy needs to be, but I'm thinking that should be enough. So right here is going to be my metallurgy line. Let me grab some bricks and actually kind of straighten this out a bit. Angels is brutal. You are not wrong, Dukes. We also have a lot of stone bricks. I could start laying down some path. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares in between these things, at least. I could regret it if it's only 8. I might need more than 8. Between sorting and metallurgy, I think I'm going to do 10, actually. Just so that I have room for, like, multiple belts of different ores and stuff. Moving down and around. A lot of belts have to cross. So we'll have 10 squares between the metallurgy and the ore sorting. And then we'll have... That is 45. We might as well go... Wait, we said this. That's 65. Might as well go 70. I'll take 70 squares for... Oops. Oh, go away. This way. 70 squares for metallurgy. Now, was 70 off by 1 errors, man? Is that... It's 70 to get there. So I actually build on top of this with my stuff. Okay. There we go. Tape line is helpful. So we wanted, what, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want at least 10 on the bottom side of metallurgy. Probably more. Because metallurgy is pretty tricky. You end up with tons of metals. I think maybe even 14 squares. 16. We'll make it an even power of 2. Is there a reason I start counting from the second furnace? No, my metallurgy is currently not where it's supposed to be. I'll probably expand. I don't know. I'm fine with it being bigger than 70. I'm building bigger than I think I need to, is kind of how I'm doing this. But yeah, what I'll probably do is not build on top of these, and I'll shift this up a little bit. Because ore sorting, I can shift up still. I can always move these belts up if I need to. I haven't built much on top of ore sorting, so that's kind of infinitely expandable up for now. Metallurgy, hopefully I've given enough vertical room to, and I can spread out horizontally, and then this is where other base stuff is going to actually happen. Who really knows what the plan is? I only sort of do, but this is at least going to leave me room to expand for now. Maybe too much. I guess we'll see. And did I make this 16? I don't even remember anymore. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Click. Click. Okay, yeah. So this is 16 squares. And then on the south side of that, this is where I will build things, and I will bring metals to here to actually kind of have some sort of bus. Well, oh, I have so many thoughts. Is that even what I want to do? Metallurgy, bring metals down, bus, and then only build on the south side of the bus? That feels... yeah. The north side of the bus will be reserved for making the things that go on the bus. The south side of the bus is reserved for using the things on... But there's so many things that use things on the bus to make new things that go on the bus. Honestly, I don't even know. This is going to be spaghetti nightmare, I think, no matter how I do it. But circuits, blocks, science, there's so many things. I feel like my bus is going to be about 50 belts wide by the end of this. What the heck. For now, we'll have some sort of bus here. Just initially, I'll go with 3, and we'll add more chunks as we go. So initially, I'll have probably 2 irons, 2 coppers. Let's see. Let's think about this. Can I name these? It'd be fun if I could name these. I don't think I can. But yeah, 2 irons, 2 coppers, lead and tin. That's already 6. Brass, bronze. We need a few other things pretty early, so that could be for 2 more metals. And then these will be for circuits. Is there any reason paper needs to be on a bus, or not really? I think not really. I'll just make paper where it needs to be made. Paper's kind of nice in that way. I probably should have paper as some sort of tileable blueprint, to be honest. Okay. Well, we already have iron down here, which is kind of nice. This is technically the full belt of iron. I did bring cellulose down. I need to bring copper down. Copper's here. Okay, copper comes over. All right, so we've got that. The iron, copper, lead, and tin. That's right. So we'll bring those down as well. So tin will be that one. Lead will be back here. I don't think I'll go over a belt of lead and tin, at least for a while, so hopefully that's enough. And not that it really matters, but I see lead as the one going on the top. Or I mean tin. So I want that one to go on top. Okay. So there's my metals on the initial bus. Hey, by the way, everyone, we got the long inserter research. Ta-da! And with Bob's adjustable inserters, we can adjust just the pickup or just the drop-off, which is nice, and still rotate everything. And then the next research we want is going to be the near inserters, which allows you to drop on the close side of the belt. It really helps out a lot. The other big one we want is rotation options and fast inserters. Rotation, where is it? There it is. That's not going to be till green science, but that allows you to do diagonals, so like the 45-degree diagonals, and then eventually this one lets you do literally all the diagonals. But what is that? Logistic Data Core 1? Oh, there's a tier 2 of each science. Cool. Cool, that's just what we needed. Just what we needed. 128 more orange packs. We currently have 20. So let's see. Do I have more doodads? I do have more doodads. In fact, I have 400 more doodads. I'm going to put them all in here. Hopefully that adds up to some E1s over time. Let's restock on these pieces. I needed cabling for something, but I don't even remember what at this point. Holy cow, my brain is just empty. Completely empty. Who knows, man? Who knows? Am I reserving Any... I should only get rid of like half of these. I can't put a splitter there. Let's do one here. I need to have some gray boards kept for myself. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. The wheels on the bus go round and round. That is indeed correct, Dukes. Insert into the splitter. Yeah, I always am scared to do that for some reason, Brandon. I know technically you can, but I always am not certain if it's going to insert onto the right half of the splitter or the left half, and if that's the correct half. And so I always decide not to do that. And I think visually, even, I kind of don't love the way it looks, but it is an option if it works correctly. For sure. Okay, so let's make sure we're all stocked up on science, apart from the E1s. So we just grabbed some more cabling harnesses. I do need some stone brick, servo motors. Okay, that's good. And then we've got 73 in each of these. I need some more construction components. We did automate all these little pieces, so that's good. So I'll get those spread out. And then we need some red circuits to be spread out. And that should be pretty good. So now I just need E1s here. And they are going to show up slowly, but they will show up. And then those come over here, those go into here. And we still have enough red science analyzers, so that's great. And continuing on our little bus creation, let me grab about 10 billion more belts. Yeah, dudes, I'm guessing the power requirements are going to be pretty large once we get there. I'm just going to grab a bunch. Good news is we have a lot of splitters. Finally have plenty of red circuits for that. I remember a day not all that long ago where we were scared to build splitters, so it's nice to not be that Krydax anymore. And I'm just going to get these kind of started, and we're going to get that all pasted in here. Now, I'm pretty doubtful I'm going to need more than one belt for each circuit. What I'm trying to decide is, should I do a half belt or a full belt for each circuit type? I mean, I might need multiple belts a long time in the future, but I'm going to have red belts to upgrade to probably before I need 2 yellow belts, and a red belt is 2 yellow belts, and so I'm thinking if we ever do need 2 belts of circuits, it's going to be a very, very, very long time from now. So at least for now, I'm just going to do 1 belt of each. Potentially even 1 lane of each, but I don't know. I mean, we did look at the requirements for 5 of each per second, and that was pretty bad. And a single lane is 7.5 per second. So I'm a little on the fence about that one. But just in the interest of having space, I'll do a full belt for each. And I'll build that down here. It'll kind of be the first thing on the bus. So the paper build we'll do first. And this one is just a lot of algae farms. So algae farm wise, we have 4 making brown algae. Oh, we're going to need a hydro plant as well. And a clarifier. And water-wise, I might use these groundwater bores because they give you 60 a second for free, and I don't have to be near a pond. And that's enough total water. So that's fine. Okay, so that'll be brown. Oh, I'm going to need so many power poles too. Let's see what we can do on that front. Okay. I've run out of cable harnesses. 15 algae farms for green. All right, so I definitely... Oh, I should automate pipes real quick so I don't have to build all these manually. Pipes are easy if they're, well, if they're the same as they've always been. You can literally just do this. Pipes. Yep. And yep, pipes are the same. Thank goodness. Something's consistent in this world. Alright, you'll do 2 stacks of undergrounds, you'll do like 6 stacks of regular, and that'll figure itself out eventually. Might need 2 on that, yep. And I'll have to handcraft a bunch for a minute until these are full. I'll have to handcraft the straight pipes. So I'll do 100 of those myself. But yeah, I'm thinking this for the green. What are our totals here? Technically, oh no, sorry, that adds up to more than 7.5. I was gonna say we could use half a belt for all this, but that's not true. If I spread these out just one more, it simplifies how I can make the inserters, so I might do that. Because then I can just do this onto a belt. Yep, so something like that. And then power. Maybe something like this. Yeah, that's actually a little nicer. I don't know if those will reach to each other, though. They will not, so I'll need a third. Which will be there, essentially. Okay. So that's 8, 12, 16 minus 1. That's not the one I should have removed. I should remove this one. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Alright, there it is. All the green algae farms I need. Gosh, I'm so glad we have the picker mod, otherwise I'd have to be clicking for every single one of these. I'm very glad I'm not doing that. Blah! That's not the part of Factorio I enjoy. I'm actually getting close to the point where I'm considering researching nanobots, but they require science as well. Oh, I could do this one too, the basic technology upgrade. I should work on that. Does this thing have reds in it though? It does not. Well, why don't I actually get that going? Because what is it? I need how many? Only 32 of each. You liked what noise, Doog? A lot of noises are being made these days. Alright, we need 32 grays, we said. I mean, probably only 30 at this point, or 31, but something like that. Make the rest red. Okay. I feel like I'm still doing something wrong. Let me grab... Oh, yeah, that's what this was designed to not have to add in the cables and rods myself, but just to add the plates. So I need some iron. I like the AE. Blech. I don't remember what noise I made, though. I make a lot of noises, so I couldn't tell you exactly what I did, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Impossible to replicate. Okay, so then I just put 2 things of copper, which means 2 things of iron. And that should get me more data analyzers. It is 4 to... Or it's 1 to 1, right? With copper to iron? Yeah. Because 1 rod is 2 plates, and 4 cable is 2 plates. So those are the same number of plates of copper and iron. Okay. That's all finishing. This has 29. Can get a few going. I should probably grab my E-block 1s. They've been going for a while. Yeah, 102. That's great. Should be enough to finish my logistics blocks here. Okay. I built the algae farms. I didn't connect everything, I don't think. Okay, power poles. Unfortunately, the picker mod still doesn't work correctly with undergrounds. So you have to be very, very careful when you're building these. That they get built correctly. And then a couple belt segments. Some pipe segments. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Undergrounds. Missing one right here for some reason. Don't need a dangler. And I think that's looking good. Okay. And then you need to be all connected. Oh, there's 4 of these. Why did I think there's only 3? Not sure. Okay. So we've got some more brown algae. And we want brown algae from this to take priority. So we need this to split brown left. And then brown... It's going to be on both sides of the belt here. It's not going to be on both sides of the belt here, but I can make it... Oh, no, that's the wrong way. I can make it so that it's balanced, because it's only ever going to be on the far side. I'm very close to being able to put it on the close side once this research is done, but we're not quite there. And then with this, we input priority on the... Right. Sorry, that's not input priority. I was just... The reason my brain stopped for a second, you could probably see the gears turning in my head, is I was deciding if I need to do the same thing I did before, where I had a buffer between these. Because essentially this is going to back up until I need brown. So as long as this belt is long enough, I think I'll be okay. If this was only like 10 sections long, I might have an issue, but if this belt is reasonably long and I have enough buffers in enough places, we should be fine. It will all flow just fine. Yeah, yep. Okay. So, green, and then brown. Brown needs the most. Brown and paper. The other one does not need very many. Brown needs 8 assemblers. So we will just go for it. The rates here are all very small. No need to worry about that. And then copy this. Why the double splitter? For some reason, it mattered last time. Am I fooling myself? Is this a completely unnecessary double splitter? Because if it's only a single splitter, like this, yeah, I guess that's fine. Before, I think I wanted a buffer between them before so that this could send all of its brown algae into a chest. That would always get priority here. The reason, oh no, I actually do maybe need a buffer between them. Because otherwise, this is going to let brown algae in from here, even when there's brown algae coming down the pipeline. And the reason that can be, so let me think through it. Brown algae will back up to here no matter what. Once it backs up to here, then green algae cannot flow because brown algae will be stuck here, kind of waiting to get in, because it can't go out here, until this flows forward. And then once that flows forward, then this brown algae can move through, and some of the green algae can get free. But if the brown algae that's here doesn't line up perfectly with the brown algae that's here, it will still let some of this brown algae in. If it's like this is letting some green algae through, then the brown will actually come from the left again, which is a problem. So I've seen some things like this before in Pyanodons with some of the ore types. You actually have to be careful. So as much as it seems weird, like splitting the green off first, like this, and then having an input priority right, this allows some amount of brown algae to kind of wait here, so that as soon as this opens up some space, only the brown algae from the right will get used for a second. So this is probably enough, even like these 3 squares, but having 0 of that can create issues. It may or may not matter depending on the rates of everything, but I don't want to take the risk because it could actually not work correctly if I use a single splitter. So that is the very long answer to your question, Dave. It's possible that I'm fooling myself and the thing I'm worried about happening isn't actually possible, but I think it's possible because I think I've actually seen it happen before. Where even though technically you've got the priority set correctly, you end up still getting stuff from the lower priority end because the other thing is feeding it's because it's feeding a different item through in the first place. So you need this to kind of be on deck. And I mean, at the end of the day, is it really going to matter? I'm trying to think. Like, brown algae could completely back up, keeping this from running in the first place, and then I run out of green algae. So it could break things, technically. I don't know if it would, but it could. This is the question. So let's not risk it. I'm sure y'all on YouTube are going to leave some comments telling me exactly why I'm crazy and it could never possibly break. And I'm very interested. Send me screenshots. If you want to try to prove to me that it could never break, I'd love to understand why it would never break. Because in my mind, a single splitter there could end up breaking. So if I'm wrong, help me understand why. In any case, we've got our cellulose fiber from green. We've got our alginic acid, or however you pronounce that, from brown. Now, here's the other interesting thing. We need extracellular. Do I ever need alginic acid for anything else? No, that's the only thing it does. But cellulose pulp, I actually do need for some other things. Which is kind of... Or, sorry, cellulose fiber we need for some other things. So, I needed 3.6 assembling machines. 14.4... So each algae farm makes roughly 1/5 of a cellulose fiber per second. 0.2 per second. The copper servo motors require 1 cellulose fiber. So I'm just trying to think ahead for my servo motors. Having a little bit of extra green algae could be good to have some extra cellulose fiber for servo motors. So maybe I'll have some sort of priority here. Priority will always be paper, but then we'll have an extra output there. These can definitely go on the same belt because the rates are 0.75 and 3, and I need 2 pulp making assemblers here, and then 12 making paper. Yeesh. Okay, that's fine. Now that I have long inserters, that should be a little bit easier, because I can do something like this. I can insert on a different belt than I outsert. Okay. And then I want to hit G. And then I think I need to change, yeah, I need to change the inserters. Like that. Copy all of this. Unfortunately, I need those weird double power poles, or I need to use undergrounds. Those are my only 2 choices here. So I'll stick with the double power poles. And these have an input rate that's quite high. I'm actually concerned about the input rate because 3 inserters can only handle 2.5 a second. That doesn't leave room for the alginic acid. Inserters like this can handle 3.3 a second, which is still exactly what I need. So really what I want is even more than that. We actually need a lot of insertion power. So I could go the chute route. Just throw chutes on these bad boys. Sorry, mini loaders. No, sorry, these are chutes. They're a type of mini loader called a chute. Either way works. So maybe that's just the easy way to do this. And then the output is very high as well. Although according to this, I only output a total of 3 between the 2 of them, so that should be fine. Yeah, I feel like places where I'm going to need more than 2 or 3 inserters is a reasonable place to use a mini loader. Kind of feels like a good time for it. All right, I think this is good. This is built for however many 6 paper a second that I need. Can check everything off the list. Paper comes out. And that is the first half-ish of our circuit build. So let's fire it up and see if it works. Oh, hold on, I need a couple more things. We need 6 saline water a second. I assume that can be handled like this. The ratio of regular to saline is 7. Well, what even is that? 75 to 10. So if I need 6 a second, I think we have. Yeah, we have enough. But let me just plug it in here. Yeah, it's 47 water a second. Okay. And then we clarify the purified water because I don't need that at the moment. And we actually need power poles on this side. Okay. Those clarifiers look so cool. The high-res Angels art that they released, I don't know, a few months back. It just looks so good. Okay, so that's running. That should be plenty for what I need. And then regular water for all of these. That all together still only adds up to 26. So a single little groundwater bore should be fine. And I'll just throw them right there. The nice thing is they're tiny. They fit kind of anywhere. So it'll take a little while for these all to back up, but they will. And I missed a power pole. A couple power poles, apparently. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. Do we get paper? Doth we get it? Paper. I guess it's going to take a few minutes to find out. I'll feed you a couple things here. Apparently I have cellulose pulp in my inventory. Might as well get rid of that. Man. I'm going to need extra paper for resistors for electronics parts too. Oh my gosh. The good news is I built this in a way that I can expand it. That was kind of my goal. So, you know, I can add more of these this direction, I can add these this direction, I can add paper this direction. So, we should be okay. I'll build my circuit stuff over here so we have some room. Because I'm guessing at some point we're going to need a full belt of paper, maybe even two. Who knows? But yeah, we've got green and brown. This is gonna help make sure we prioritize the brown algae from these. We'll see if that works in the long run or if it stalls out. I always have liked the way the algae looks. They're just so round. They're like little marbles. Little marbles. I mean... Oh, the rates. The rates. We need more inserters. In fact, technically 2 should be enough, but technically is not exact. These inserter throughput numbers are not exact, so I'm going to go for 3 inserters on each. To make sure that we have enough. I guess based on these numbers, I only need 1.5 per building, but I might want a little extra cellulose, so that should work. And now let me go check on my science, and everything seems to be running. Yeah, we got our cellulose pulp running. Alginic acid's slow, but it works. And there we go. Okay, sweet. So paper's going. I need a screenshot of that. Basically, a much cleaner version of my previous paper build. Let me get rid of that. Take a screenshot. Oh, too much. And then I'm going to go check on my science, because I have a lot more to do there. And Brandon, thank you for redeeming the hydrate and stretch options. I need that. So I will do that here in a second. So we'll feed the data analyzers. We'll feed the grays into the red because I don't need a ton of grays right now. I do need more red circuits. I need to get rid of all my red circuits. I can take these back because I finished those. And then reds. We're actually doing pretty good on reds. I maybe should stop for a second, because each of these researches, well, 64. It's a lot. That is a lot. Wood pellets. That is a way to make fuel. That works us towards wood. Automation. Wood automation would be nice, but not the highest of priorities right now. I think steel and all these smelting things are probably going to come first. I guess I will need a hand chop a bunch more trees, though, to get power poles for everything. Yeah. Gosh. It's so expensive. Everything's so expensive. Okay. Still looking at orange here. Oh, good, 102. Okay, so I've already got 30 more. And then I just want to make sure I'm still limited by the orange blocks. Solar Intervention, apparently, is the name of this track. I do like this one too, but I like a lot of them. What are we short on? Oh gosh, I never limited this. Well, I've limited it now. That helps a little bit with my gray circuit issue. It also looks like this inserter is part of the problem. So I can help by doing that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Trans Worlder. Okay, well, we've got our... Oh, this is out of fuel. That's funny. It took forever, but it happened. We've got our paper up and running for our big circuit build, and we've got science continuing to slog its way through some of the difficulties, but we are slowly getting our first few real researches, so that's great. And I'm going to call it an episode there. So as always, for those of you on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Join the Discord and the fun that we have over there. Link down in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.